Ready?
What's the plan, Bobby?
We're winging it, Jerry.
You always wing it.
We're gonna get killed. What you mean, we, white boy? You ready? Here we go.
Yeah, that's my bad. I'm slacking, but welcome into the OG NBA betting show. I just put the regular countdown.
Come on.
Hey, I need to drink some more water, man. What am I doing over here? But it's good to be back with my guys. We got Wham Bam, we got Babano. Maybe Dutch will slide through in a bit. But yeah, Babano, I heard y'all talking, a little bit before we started. OKC put a beat down on the Cavaliers. They look pretty damn good. How you doing today?
It's just, to me, it was the best bet I've seen all week in the NBA when it's been, look, I know Cleveland took money, and, Cleveland's a hard team to bet against. I get it. But you're going to give me Oklahoma City damn near a pick 'em at home after losing in Cleveland the week before. I figured they were going to come out, get the job done. Now, I didn't think they were going to roll that easily. I thought it was still going to be a pretty competitive game, but Oklahoma City was dynamite last night. They were ready for that. It was by far my strongest bet on yesterday's board. Carried me to a winning day, so great to see that. And as always, on a Friday, it's good to be with Trot Wham and the lightheaded Skee Prophet here on this Friday.
Yeah, man, I got the gas today for sure. Wham Bam, what's good with you down there, man?
Hey, man, shout out to the chat. Shout out to Babano, Skee, my brothers, Dutch not being here. It's all good. So y'all know what it is. The NBA is a hell of a drug, and y'all know who y'all looking at. We looking at the plugs, man. We trying to win today. It's a big slate. 9 games, bro. We can't be missing a beat today, so let's get to it.
Let's get to it. First game up, Magic and Celtics. Celtics went up 3 points to 14.5. Total went up 3 points to 213. Nobody injured for the Celtics. Batazzi out for the Magic, outside of the usual suspects. Celtics, I'm going to you, man, Bam. Celtics been playing kind of trash, man. But off of a loss is usually when I like to try to look at them. Magic do have Banchero, and they do play defense. It's a tough game. What do you think?
Yeah, it is a tough game. And honestly, we kind of just got to hold our nose and trust that there's going to be shots falling for this Boston Celtics team. Last time I wasn't able to get the Caillou number at 2. I had 2.5. He still wasn't able to get over that 3 total. Kind of shot really bad. I'm going back to the well with Caillou again, over 2.5 threes. Not going to be sketch here, but I'm not going to lie. The total's low for a reason. This is an interesting game just based off of that total being so low and this spread being so big. One thing has to give, in my opinion, and I think if that's one of the things, I think the total, Banchero coming back, the unexpected offense that the Magic can put here is what I'm going to be banking on here. But over 2.5 threes with Caillou is the official play, though.
Guy Carry On is on it as well. Thinks that's some good money there. Justin got a good number on the Celtics. Nice work from the chat. Babano, I know you like to take the Celtics after a loss. Are you on them today?
It feels like a good spot for Boston, but this has been a malaise and some lackluster basketball for a good amount of time now for Boston. Obviously losing OKC, no big deal, but you're getting blown out at home by Sacramento as an 11.5-point favorite. I know they've had the coaching bump with Doug Christie, but that still shouldn't happen. You're life and death to beat the Pelicans as a 14.5-point favorite at home. You're beaten by the Raptors, wire to wire. That was a wire to wire lead from start to finish for Toronto. Boston wasn't even in that game against the Raptors. There's something not right here. This is a team that's clearly going through the motions right now. This is a team that's got bigger fish to fry in the spring, in the playoffs. And teams like this are going to be in positions where they're not going to bring it every night. And I feel like I don't want to be taking Orlando on a night where maybe that Raptors loss is a wake-up call for the Boston Celtics and for Joe Mazzulla's team. And we have seen Orlando, lose recently to I thought they were in a great spot against Milwaukee, and they got run out even with Banchero back. So too many indecisive things going on here. So I'm not betting the game.
Yeah, I don't think I can do it either. Nothing I can play in this one. Wolves and Knicks next up. This one opened up -3.5 for New York. Oh, it's moving even more now. 5.5 look like it's the consensus number right now, and the total does look like 219. Let me refresh. Is somebody official now? I don't see anything. DiVincenzo out, Terrence Shannon Jr. out for these Wolves. For the Knicks, Karl Anthony Towns is game time. He had, was it a bone chip or something like that in his hand or his wrist or something like
Oh,
that?
yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
He's supposed to still be playing. I'm gonna go back to you, Wham Bam, because we gotta talk some player props. I mean, we don't have Dante going back to face his old team, but we do have Randall. And I don't even really like Randall, but one thing, and as Laker fans, we know this too. When he faces his old team, he usually try to go and get buckets and have a good game. I think we can maybe see that today. I'm curious if you do. And then we got Cat coming back to play his old team. What are we betting in this one, Wham Bam?
Yeah, like when Cat came back against his former team last time, we would go straight to him because I did have action on Cat rebounds. He went crazy on the rebounds. As of late, those Cat rebounds, he's had 12, 18, 10, 13, 16, 22, 21, and 13 again. It's kind of like where his total is kind of set at 13 and a half. I think the emphasis of him getting boards again, going up against his former team. I think that's kind of where I would want to go with Cat rebounds. But as far as like what you said with and that was the sneaky thing too with Julius Randle. Julius Randle threes in his last few games. I think that Julius Randle threes is kind of one of those things I'm more interested in, if anything. I think he can get over the 1.5 threes, possibly even 2.5 threes, but 1.5 seemed like a pretty solid number there. Again, another total that's kind of low, so one thing might have to give here. But I think that Randall, if I had to pull it, it'll be Randall over threes. But Cat rebounds is what I am going to be probably locking in on. I haven't put that in yet, but I'm trying to figure out if it's 13.5, 12.5, whatever. Maybe I'll pay the juice and get the 12.5 there. So trying to make that decision right now. But last time it didn't fail me, bro. I don't think I should be tripping off of it right now.
Babano, people thinking maybe an over game. Justin does, Mark does, Fernando disagrees, but I don't know. I think I kind of agree. What do you think?
I do. I like the over. I think that's the best bet here in this game. I lean to the Knicks. I actually did grab the Knicks at -4. It's climbed since then, though, 5.5. I like the Knicks here at home. I mean, that can't be a loss you're happy with, obviously, if you're Minnesota. Golden State's not playing good, and you were 7-point favorites at home. You lose outright, 116, 115. You start to look at Minnesota, Clippers, Pelicans, Wizards, 3 of their last 4 wins. It's not exactly a who's who of quality foes, So now you got to go on the road. You got to play the Knicks. A Knicks team that trying to gain some consistency. They played overtime against the Sixers. I guess my concern with the Knicks is it's been a while since we've seen them put 2 wins in a row together. But I think they're capable of that here. They dominated Minnesota just last month in Minnesota, 133-107. It was a beatdown for the Knicks in that game against the Timberwolves. And the Catman had a huge day, 32 points, 20 rebounds, double-double, 6 assists on top of that. This is a Cat prop game for me, too. I like the over points and rebounds. I think the double-double, obviously should happen. But points and rebounds for Cat, I think is a good bet. Knicks, I still lean that way. I think the best bet, though, side or total, because the Knicks point spread has moved up a little bit. I think over 218.5, 219. You can get there with that. Both of these teams, their defense has slipped in recent games, and both of these teams, their offense has really picked up in recent games. 3 straight overs for Minnie, 4 straight overs for the New York Knicks. Why not ride it?
Damn, I didn't know it was they were playing that many overs lately, but good stuff from Babano. I think that is a good bet as well. Raptors and Bucks. I'm not gonna say too much about this one. Injury wise, I think majority everybody is playing. Quickly is out though for the Raptors, but Bucks have played a couple good games. One in blowout fashion, I think, if I'm not mistaken. The Raptors maybe in a letdown spot after that big win versus Celtics. Babano, do you think the Bucks can cover double digits here?
It's possible because they've certainly played well the last 2 games. They destroy Sacramento and Orlando, both by double digits at home, wins and covers. They've played the Toronto Raptors twice already this year, both times wins and covers for the Milwaukee Bucks, 99-85, 128-104. So Milwaukee by double digits both times against the Raptors, obviously laying 11 and a half here in this game. But I don't know about this time around. I mean, the Raptors are healthy. We've talked about this for a few games now, for the most part, although quickly is the only one missing. We'll have to see if Agbaji plays. Agbaji's actually kind of important. He's played pretty solid for them, both ends of the floor. Quickly's out, though. But other than that, they're still pretty healthy. Everyone, Mitchell, Dick, Barrett, Barnes, and Pirtle in the starting five. That was an impressive win again. Say what you will about Boston not playing great lately, but still to beat Golden State and Boston last two games outright as underdogs. And remember, they took the Cleveland Cavaliers down to the wire. Signs of cohesion for Toronto, so I could see them maybe hanging around, but I don't know. I lean Raptors. I haven't moved on it yet, though, and probably won't.
Wham Bam. I have a hard time thinking about who to take advantage of in this game. But I have a feeling you might be interested in somebody.
Yeah, no, I'm going back to the well with our guy Damian Lillard, man. We gotta just take it for what stride as they're thriving, as they're surging as far as the Bucks. When they be able to beat and win these covers, get to these teams, it's been a lot of him being ball handler, scoring at timely buckets and things of that nature. So yeah, maybe easy for Giannis in this game, so he may have a backseat here, but I'm still going back with it. Last game, it was 33.5. We got to the number with that. It's at 34.5. It's not that bad as far as what we're seeing with Dame over the last few times he's played against this Toronto team. He had 25 points the game before, 36 points, 37 points, 15, 30, 34, 24, 28. In that same span, he's been pretty much getting to the assists. And as of late, he's been really playing with the assists there. So over 34.5 points, rebounds, and assists with Dame. We're going back to the well with that.
Good stuff. Next up, we have Jazz and Pelicans. And yeah, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Shout out B Daddy, Jeff, JT.
Get the Dutch script ready. We don't have much on this game.
Back with this motherfucker.
Is bad for your health.
When we start shouting out everybody and his brother in the chat, that's a translation. Right. We have Dick all on this game.
Do we keep the jingle going or what we do here?
Oh man. I lean to the over. I don't know who's playing defense in this game. 230.5. Maybe a small over bet. Not a total backwood for me, but yeah, it's an ugly game. I might sprinkle a couple of bucks on the over though.
Wham bam.
Yeah, I could see CJ McCollum getting to his points in this game, but this is a bona fide backwood. Shout out to Justice, shout out to Carrion, shout out to Mike, Mark Ard, Jeff. Back with this motherfucker.
Is bad for your health.
Yeah, Pelicans 11.5. Absolutely bad for your health, man.
Come on, man.
Grizzlies and Spurs, a game we just saw. Pretty much the same point spread, right? 2.5. Total, not much movement there. Man, Ja's game time, I'll say that. But that last game, it was pretty like tale of two halves. First half, Spurs domination. Second half, Grizzlies domination. Did the Grizzlies figure something out there, Babano? Do you think they take that into this game here today?
Yeah, they maybe. But, I'm a sucker for the revenge spot, and it's the same two teams again in action. Obviously got away from the Spurs in the second half. Credit to the Memphis Grizzlies, 129-115. It was a great balanced game for, they got 21 from both Bane and John Morant. They got 20 from Santi Aldama, 19 points from Jaren Jackson. Luke Kennard comes in with 15 points and 5 of 9 from 3. So it was a really nice balanced effort from the Memphis Grizzlies. They didn't have to ask one guy, in this case, Ja, to do everything for them. And that's probably when Memphis gets the supporting cast playing like that to help out John Morant, they could be a really good team. There's no doubt about that. And you are starting to see them put it together a little bit more here of late. They've covered 4 of the last 5. That being said, the Spurs still have a very good 12-9 home record. I think you have to go back a long ways to see the last time the Spurs lost 2 in a row at home. It's been a little bit of time since we've seen that. I think the Spurs they're worth a bet. Memphis is really starting to play some good ball, so it's not going to be best bet material. But in the revenge spot, home dog, I'll take another shot here with San Antonio.
Wham bam. Do you feeling like Babano? You gonna rock with your boy? Is it Wham Bam Yama? But is it blocks? Is it points? He was throwing shit last time, and Grizzlies do like to score in the paint. What are we doing?
Hey, that is probably a good play right there. I was trying to figure out where is Wemby at this game. Points, rebounds, and assists for him is 41.5. His points is at 24.5. Choose 25.5 if you want to get something favorable. I like the points there because I think that this is where he gets the bounce back at. This is where it happens for him at. He's obviously been playing around with this number: 23 points, 10 points, 23 points, 20 points, 35 points. And he had 35 points in a marquee game against Jokic. Guess what, guys? This is another marquee game, the last game of ESPN, where they're going to showcase our boy Victor Wembanyama. So we only trying to take Victor when it's prime time Victor. It's the only time I really want, bro. And over 24.5, 25.5 points is where we're going to take it to the window there. I like his threes, too. You got to juice it up to 3.5, though, like our guy Carry-On did. To get some money out of that. You don't want to do 2.5. And he's pretty much, when he gets over 2.5, it's mostly going over 3.5. So you're better off just getting the 3.5 there. So that's the way I would be going if I was with the threes. But the points is where we're going to take advantage of prime time Victor tonight.
All right, Nuggets and Heat. This one opened up Heat -3. It's now Nuggets -1. I'm assuming, I'm going to refresh here, but Jokic has to be playing in this game for this line to be moving this way, or they think he's gonna play. Don't see anything official. Still
I think it's something
questionable.
else too, and I'll get to that in a moment with the line move.
Okay, Jokic questionable, Gordon questionable, Murray probable. The Nuggets are off of an ass whooping. I would think that they could bounce back here. The Heat in a bit of a flat spot. First game home after a 6-game road trip. Bano, sounds like you feel a little bit stronger about this game than I do.
Well, it's not just Denver coming off the dud against Houston at home, 128-108. And I was concerned that, Houston did have, a team that was looking to play well in that game. A bit of a tricky spot it was for Denver. I didn't expect them to play that poorly, considering Denver had been playing really well before that. But they definitely had a terrible game. They'll be looking to bounce back from that. Jokic, it looks like as of now, and Murray too, keep an eye, but I think Murray is going to play for the Nuggets. He is probable. Jokic, questionable with the elbow, but there is some thought he might be able to play. There's more likely than not. This is not just that Jokic may play as to why I think Denver's taking the money. This is the Miami dynamic here as well. It's Miami off a road trip, 6-gamer, tough spot, a lot of time on the road. They haven't been home since January 4th. Tough spot for them. And Jimmy Butler playing, I think, is a huge, huge concern for anyone taking
I don't know. I didn't think about that.
this game. The players are apparently pissed that he's still here, that he is putting him, forcing, it says, I'm playing, and that the Heat are actually going to play him. It's an unsettling, uncomfortable, untenable locker room dynamic right now with Miami. I think it's uncomfortable. I'm not going to say they throw the game because Butler's back, but I think it's bad for chemistry right now with just the animosity back and forth between Jimmy and the teammates, Jimmy and the front office, and Pat Riley. Obviously, they've been at odds. That's why we're at this point right now with him wanting out of there. It's toxic, B-Daddy. That's a wonderful word to describe it. Toxic is what it is, this Miami team. I'm on Denver regardless of Jokic playing or not. I think it is toxic. I think him being back just fucks things up. I think there's a lot of ill feelings right now with this whole situation. I think it's Denver or pass for me, and I like Denver here.
Wham bam. Some good points by Babano there.
Points.
What do you think about it?
Great points, man. They had to get out of LA because they got their fire put out. So now they go in here to back home, and the fire might get put out again because 6 straight wins for this damn Nuggets team when they go up against the Heat. And like my guy Babano said, this is toxic. This is as toxic as it gets with the boy coming off of the suspension. One thing that I do,
I'm surprised he's playing. I thought they'd just sit him until the deadline and then get him out. But he's playing.
But see, that's what I'm saying. That's what I was expecting too. But maybe you have to make it make sense. You know what I mean? You'll have to make it make sense because you already suspended them for X amount of games. So you know what I mean? That's probably the only issue there. This game is the first game off of a pretty long long trip too. So when we just put our regular cap and hats on, it's fade these boys. You know what I'm saying? So I had another bad. I did have Denver against Houston, and that turned out terrible. Turned out to be a terrible pick there. Uh, but again, I think that had a lot to do with the availability of players. So Nikola Jokic playing in this game is going to definitely make a big difference here. I expect these guys to win this game again. 6 straight wins against these boys. I think it'll be 7 today. And again, we all know what's going on with Jimmy. Jimmy can't get to the line. They cut his water off. He not getting to the line no more. Since he ain't getting to the line, he a regular ass player now. So if he ain't getting to the line today, they ain't got no chance, bro. So I don't think he getting to the line. So yeah, give me the Nuggets, bro.
And what the hell's he been doing during this 7-game suspension? You think he's been working in the weight room and in the gym, taking shots and getting ready to return to play for a team that he's not even going to fucking be with in 3 weeks? How much work's he put in during the suspension? You keep himself in rhythm and shape and all that? I think that's a question mark you got to ask yourself too.
I know that is crazy. Maybe they could hit him with the body fat shit. Be like, oh, you ain't hit this body fat. You know what I mean? You can't play. Maybe he could do that, but if he's cleared that, he may be ready to go. So who knows, bro?
All right, Thunder, Mavericks. Thunder did play last night, but it wasn't a taxing game. They were destroying them. Mavericks still have Kyrie questionable. Thunder opened 6. They got as high as 8. I think I saw earlier, maybe even 8.5. Now I'm seeing 7s or 7.5. I think that means that they're expecting Kyrie to play in this game tonight. I don't know how much is going to matter here, Babano. Thunder on a back-to-back, I believe, are 5-2 against the spread, and on the road they've covered both games, 2-0, winning by about 10 points per game. I think the Thunder are just on another level than the Mavericks without Luka. So Thunder pass for me. Do you agree?
Yeah, I agree. I think it's Oklahoma City or pass. I have bet them. It's not as strong, not close to as strong as last night. I thought that was one of the great spots in a long time I've seen in the NBA to take them against Cleveland last night. But I still like them enough tonight, to lay 6.5, 7. They've been a good back-to-back team, ATS. And you look at that loss at Cleveland, which they avenged last night back home against the Cavs. But since they lost at Cleveland 9 days ago, look at these performances. And keep in mind, this is an Oklahoma City team still doing this without Chet, and Hartenstein's out too. So they're a little depleted at the 5 spot, the center position, and what they've been doing is just impressive for this Thunder team. Since that loss at Cleveland, 25-point win against New York, 41-point win at Washington, 16-point win at Philadelphia, and then the 20-point win last night at home against Cleveland. I mean, they've been destroying teams. It's almost like that was a wake-up call. Like it was a blow to the ego for OKC losing at Cleveland, because since then they've been a machine. And it's been unbelievable what we've seen from them, led by SGA, Dort. Jalen Williams has been outstanding. They're getting punch off the bench. Caruso's now back from the injury. Carlson, Isaiah Joe. I mean, who's not playing well right now for the Thunder? So, again, no Kyrie potentially again. No Luka, no Dallas for me. We've said that for several games now. So, yeah, Thunder pass.
Even if Kyrie plays, I mean, I think the line is saying he is going to play, and I don't think I would really care. Yeah. Jeff sharing a good query here saying Thunder have won 13 in a row after a good shooting night, shooting better than 47%. And on a back-to-back, 4-0 ATS. If you just add that to that query, I just looked it up. Wham, bam. Do you agree it's the Thunder, or is there a different way to look at this game?
Yeah, I don't want to be a smart guy here and try to take the Mavericks because Kyrie's coming back. If I like Kyrie, it'd be a game time decision. Make sure he's in, then taking his points over 24.5 points. That'll be the only way I'll be going. If I had anything to do with the Mavericks here, I think it's just one of those teams that you don't want to bet against, bro. They clicking on all cylinders. They got the guy that's looking like the MVP. It's just one of those things. It is what it is. This is this is the time of the season where those contenders start to push ahead and show you that they really are contending right now. And the Thunder are doing nothing but that. Great win yesterday. I don't think the back-to-back really hurts them too much. It's not even that much of a travel from OKC to Dallas, which is like an hour flight and some shit like that. It's not that serious there. It's like going from the Bay to the LA. So I stay away from the side here because of that. But I think if Kyrie is in, I do think he who else they got? They don't even have the lob threat with the boy Ivy Lively in there today. So he has to pretty much cook on his own, in my opinion. So I think Kyrie got to go off if he is in. That's the only way I'll be betting in this game.
All right, we have 2 more left. We gotta be at a brisk pace, and it's perfect timing because Hornets and Bulls. No way. I just want to watch Lonzo and LaMelo maybe go at it. That's all I even care about in this game. So it's the backwood.
Is bad for your health.
I might swerve in that corner. Whoa, and I'm not gonna watch this game at all because I already know.
Hey, that sounds like a backwood to me.
Is bad for your health.
Hey, if he there, that'll be pretty cool too. Imagine he performing at halftime or something. But Bano, anything for you, Hornets and Bulls?
The only thing I'll say about Hornets and Bulls right now is that you look at Chicago, laying 4.5 here. Cleveland's or Charlotte, obviously, a team that as LaMelo is playing. Brandon Miller, we'll have to see, but Chicago's owned them. Chicago's won 8 straight versus Charlotte. I think they've covered all 8 as well. Yeah, 8-0 straight up, 8-0 against the spread here. But Chicago kind of informed that I'm not really all that excited about, and plus, who knows if Giddey and White are going to play for them? So yeah. Pretty easy game to stay off. I mean, Chicago or nothing, but I don't know how healthy they're going to be.
Our guy Sweaty Butcher, he says he likes the Bulls minus the 4.5. He thinks that's some good money right there. And speaking of good money, the plug is landed.
Better late than never.
The NBA is a hell of a drug. And you looking at the plugs. Hey, man, the party don't start till I walk in. God damn it. Hey, man, my fault. Business. But I didn't want to do y'all like that. And I thought I sent it in the chat that I was going to be a little late. But shout out to all the ones in the chat showing us love. And good to see the boys. Missed y'all yesterday. Should have only went with Shea, but I got on the Pistons too. All right, but it's all right, man. Where we at, Skee? We talking Chicago?
All right, so we went through every game so far today, and then you can lead us into the Nets and Lakers too.
Back with that motherfucker. I came out here to do one thing. Back with this bitch.
Is bad for your health.
Oh my god.
All right, I'm gonna give y'all a little something though. I'm on the Wolves today, man. I'm on Minnesota. All right. I think it's the story, right? I mean, the Knicks a little banged up. The Knicks up and down. We know they got one of the best starting fives. The bench is super light. And Minnesota, I mean, shit, who knows when they're gonna flip the switch or not? We know they can compete with any team in the league, and they can get beat by any team in the league. But we remember what happened. Cat went to Minnesota, and it was like the Cat reunion. Motherfucker had damn near 30 rebounds, and it was kumbaya, Cat and them boys. I think they're going to rise around DiVincenzo and Randall. They might not like each other, but everybody steps up a little bit in Madison Square Garden. I think the boys rally around that ass whooping that New York gave them in Minnesota. Going to give me the best number. And I'm going to wait because I think motherfuckers going to keep betting these Knickerbockers. I'm going to give me Minnesota to actually probably win this game, but we'll take the points. I think they show up and show out in Madison Square Garden today.
Hey, I think I agree with that. That's a solid pick right there. In the chat,
that's all I got.
The chat giving you a lot of love for sure. They're glad that you popped in.
Appreciate you. I didn't even have time to roll a plane, take off the button up. You know what I mean? It's all for y'all, motherfuckers. Actually, he hit me with the "you coming" text. I'm like, oh fuck. I said, God damn. I told y'all motherfuckers Friday.
Made it for the best bet segment coming up. Yeah.
Are you here?
Yeah, I'm like, oh shit. Skee don't ever even look at his goddamn text message. Damn near fucking.
Skee didn't even have the link in our
Hey,
chat for
I
the
thought I
longest
was late.
time,
I
man.
thought I was late too. Oh God, I woke up like
Nah,
that's
the
funny.
Friday at
I just
12 is crazy. It's crazy. But we
I
try
just
to
was
make it happen
checking,
for the
man.
people, man. We
They
try to
call it
make
Fridays for a reason. Yep.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I like that.
Well, let's hit this one real quick. I do we got to get out of here pretty soon. But Nets and Lakers, I'll say this: release the goddamn D'Lo props. The books
Yeah, they
stop being
scared.
some man. Why they so scared? It don't matter if you put it out now. If you put it out later, you still gonna get got. You might not. You're gonna save a couple dollars, a little bit. Like release the D'Lo props,
Yep.
and you know we on our boy Austin Reeves. It's as simple as that. Wham bam, you know I'm going to you for the Lake Show.
Yeah, exactly, man. It's the revenge of D'Lo. D'Lo, he been waiting. He been in the incubator. He been waiting for this game. He can't wait. He talking about it's a blur. It's a blur. Hell nah, it's ain't no blur. You've been with the Lakers and shit. You've been having this shit circled ever since you knew you was gonna get traded against this shit. And Austin Reeves, keep showing them, bro, why you left. So I definitely agree with that there. Lakers gonna smash these boys though, man. Lakers are gonna smash these boys, but are they gonna cover? We don't fucking know. That's the only thing here. Are they gonna cover? I like the D'Lo props. Yeah, they ain't gonna, come on, man. It's already famous. Let it go. Just let it go. You ain't gonna do no wrong by letting it go. I think it's gonna be like something around 18 and a half, bro. 18 and a half. He get 25 plus today. So D'Lo going crazy tonight. And I think AD goes crazy as well. Last game, he didn't last time he played against this team, he had 24-14, 26-12, 37-18. I think AD goes crazy against the boy Nick Claxton too. So over 24 and a half points with AD. That's the way we're gonna be betting in this game too. So yeah, D'Lo for sure though. I like D'Lo the most out of everything in this. It's a revenge factor. I like the narrative. It's just everything is aligned. So that'll be the way we going with it.
But Bano, I see a hell of a lot of points in this game. I mean,
Yep.
I know they need D'Lo to score for the Nets. They're off of a really terrible game too. I don't trust the Lakers defense, and they are missing Dorian Finney-Smith tonight. You know, that's a guy that they picked up to try to help with the defensive end. I like the over. What do you think?
I like the over too, and hold your nose because I'm taking Brooklyn plus 11. I like backing teams, even bad teams, off an all-time embarrassing loss, and that's all-time embarrassing against the Clippers the other night. Like, what was that? 126-67. They lost that game by 59 fucking points. You know, that's an all-time embarrassment. And throughout portions of the season, Jordy Fernandez has had his team playing hard. They didn't play hard. There was quit in their game the other night against the Clippers. I think pride takes over. And somehow, some way, they hang inside this number. And look, the Lakers needed a rally back to beat Miami there in their last game. So, and before that, they were a favorite, blew the lead to San Antonio. So there's still that trust there, that element of do we trust the Lakers as double-digit favorites? It's an ugly pick because Brooklyn's horrible right now, but I think show some pride, cover the number. I like backing teams off 30, 40, 50-plus blowout losses like that.
Fair enough. And Dutchie, you said you don't want to touch this one. So we'll move it on over to best bets. And like we always do, slide to my guy Wham Bam first. Let the people know what you think is the best way to get paid.
Yeah, the best way to get paid, we got to go back to the well with our guy, man. We won and twice with him being the best bet. This one is a little bit higher than normal, going up against a weak team. We're going to go Damian Lillard, over 34 and a half points, rebounds, and assists. Did it right. Still averaged a good total that's going over against this team in his career. So everything's aligned for it. So Dame, over 34 and a half points, rebounds, and assists. Let's get paid today.
Good stuff. Babano, how do you get into the window?
Yeah, this one I'm going to go Denver. Money line here in this game. I think they get the job done tonight against Miami. I don't like the dynamic at all of Jimmy Butler being back. Throws off chemistry, throws off harmony. They're off a long road trip as well, which is usually a bet against spots. So Denver Nuggets minus 110. Best bet.
Good stuff. For myself, I'm going to go with, I'm placing probably a few more after the show, but I'm going with what's in my pocket. It's all I'm going to give you. It's the best bet, man. Plus 108, 8+ assists, Austin Reeves. Do I even got to explain why anymore? If you watch the games, you know, man. He's getting 10+ tonight. Last but not least, my guy Dutchie. Let the people know what the freshest look of the day is and take us home.
Yeah, man. Freshest look. Man, we going to the NY to get that motherfucking W. Believe it. Minnesota Timberwolves plus 5.5. It's good money, man. They got beat by 26 points last time they seen these Knickerbockers, and a tough loss to the Warriors, which really might be a bad L nowadays. So they get right in New York. Let's go. Let's go. All the real ones in the chat. Thomas Maggiano, Chill Will, BD, Sweaty Butcher, Mr. Exotic. I see you, my man. Andrew G. Be sure to like, subscribe, share the motherfucking video. Stay fresh, stay blessed, and let's stay putting these motherfucking bookies to rest. Yeah,
You guys ready?
It's the plan, Bobby.
We're winging it, Jerry.
You always wing it.
We're gonna get killed. What you mean, we, white boy? You ready?